Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm with my kuya Jerome, and he's invited me to his podcast, the Total Life podcast,
Life total.
and
Silly
Life Total.
podcast.
Sorry, the Life Total
Podcast.
podcast, and a little history between me and my cousin is I introduced magic to him. So our
Yeah.
history of magic goes back to when I was in high school, and he was already working.
Yes.
So, and at first, I actually felt like it would not be interesting for him, or
Yeah.
he would actually just say, "Oh, that's good, but we're not really gonna play it." Right?
Yeah.
So I just shared it, and to my amazement, he bought a deck the next day. And his friends Richie and
Robert.
the other Robert followed suit. So during this time, I was already buying boxes of Magic before I introduced Magic to my cousin. And lo and behold, 30 years later,
We're still playing Magic.
20 years.
20 years, yeah. Almost 30 though. It's 23
Almost
years. We've come to
Yeah.
1997. So
97, yeah, 97.
97, 98.
Yeah. So, we're here to talk about the new set, Strixhaven. And what are your thoughts about the new set, Pedro?
I think it's very interesting. The mechanics are really cool. And I think they're trying to mimic Harry Potter's school. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, me as well, actually.
Yeah, so it's very interesting because there's a lot of nostalgia there.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I remember, yeah, when we used to play. Um, I also always thought that yeah, one day they're gonna do it because there's like a similarity
Yeah.
with Harry Potter and playing Magic, and they did it.
Yeah. Uh, before this, the set before Strixhaven, I is Kaldheim, right?
Yes.
So I wasn't expecting Strixhaven to have this theme because Kaldheim was more of a Viking setup, the
Yes.
Norse,
Yeah.
right?
Norse. Yeah.
Talking Norse mythology and
Mythology.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So it's surprising, but in a way, it makes sense because since Arena came out and started out with Ravnica,
Hmm.
started with the Ravnica. It feels similar because there are color combinations missing
Hmm.
in Strixhaven. So it's totally different in a good way, and I feel it's lacking also. Unlike Kaldheim, where you could go five color crazy in
Hmm.
a draft and still come out 7-0
Hmm.
because of the control of five colors.
Hmm.
But for here in Strixhaven, in my experience drafting, uh, I feel the colors are limited. There's no Demir, there's no Celestia,
Hmm. Hmm.
there's no
Yeah, there's no
uh,
combination because I think they're trying to like develop the set. So at first there's no alliances.
yeah,
They have to find out which one really appeals to them.
uh,
Maybe in the next set.
maybe
Maybe
in
in
the
the next
next
set.
set. Yeah, even the dual lands are lacking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? No Azorius,
Mm-hmm.
no Rakdos.
Yep.
So actually, four guilds are missing, right? Rakdos, Azorius, Celestia are missing from the set.
Mm-hmm.
But even though the mechanics, especially the Magecraft, is insane.
Yeah, yeah.
It's quite insane. Uh, I would have hoped for them, for Golgari. I would have hoped for Golgari to have a different mechanic. It's still life and graveyard.
Life and
No.
death.
Yeah, it's still life and death. It's still, but that's Golgari, right?
Yeah.
But I was hoping for not Magecraft in Golgari. I was hoping for something else. Like everything has Magecraft,
Yeah.
right?
It's not
So I was
exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exclusive. Unlike for for the other sets, like Ravnica, Mentor is for Boros,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Mentor is for Boros, and the other sets have their own theme. Like Demir back then was more of uh, Death Touch and steal your card
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing, especially with that 3 to cast Spectre.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if I understand that maybe the set has been a bit rushed, because usually I would have played 100 drafts of Kaldheim,
Mm-hmm.
but for Kaldheim I only played 73 drafts.
72 drafts.
Yeah, I've only played 73 drafts. So usually it would take me 100 drafts before the new set comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm feeling like it's either Kaldheim was delayed or they rushed Strixhaven. I'm not sure which is which.
Yeah, I totally agree. But because maybe they're following the storyline, so at first everybody's in the same footing, and eventually they're going to develop their own mechanic.
Well, I hope a new mechanic comes out for Azorius and the other guilds, the Rakdos, because what the the new sets, right? The new set with the mystical archives, which is very interesting.
Okay.
With for those who don't know, mystical archives is the cards added with a different art.
The original art, I guess. That's the original ones.
Those are the original ones. Different art style.
Art. Mystical art.
Mystical-
Oh yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Different art, right? And they're all historic cards. Not
Mhm.
all, but most are
Mhm.
most are historic cards, and or uh, and the draft, for them to include that in the draft in limited, makes limited very challenging for me, especially for me,
Mhm.
because for me when I play limited, I depend mostly on commons and uncommons.
Mhm.
I draft pauper.
Mhm.
I don't
Okay.
I don't print all the time.
We're the opposite.
Yeah,
I draft the rares.
yeah, because 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 the reasoning is, let's say in Kaldheim, the commons are so strong,
Mhm.
like the Berg Strider, the 5 mana 4/4 giant comes
Yeah.
into play. Tap a creature, use Snowland.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a very strong card.
Yep.
A 4/4 to tap something down. That's a good body, good
Mm.
blocker, good attacker, and you tap down their biggest creature,
Yeah. Yeah.
and also the one f- the 1/4 the 1/4 flyer, big to cast. That's pumpable.
Mm-hmm.
It because in the late game, it's a finisher. It's a 4-1 in the sky,
Yeah,
right?
it's a good blocker in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then in the end, it finishes the game.
Yes, it finishes the game. So I did. Of course, I get to draft my rare. I get to draft my rare. Usually, my
Mm-hmm.
rare comes in the first pick.
Mm-hmm.
But in the second pack, third pack, if it's not in line with what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
or if there's really nothing for me to draft, then
Yeah.
of course, I definitely take the rare over anything else. But
Mm-hmm.
let's say I'm green, and in my second pack, I find a pack mate, which is common,
Mm-hmm.
with a 410 feature draw card, 3/3 body.
Mm-hmm.
So on their third turn, you get a 3/3 draw card.
Mm-hmm.
I would choose that over a rare.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
It's fair
that's
to
fair,
say.
right?
Yeah.
So leaving Kaldheim and going to Strixhaven, I wonder if I can say the same
Mm-hmm.
because of the mystical archive
Okay.
in the set. So mystical archive comes in and they have Stone Rain,
Mm-hmm.
they have Demonic Tutor,
Yeah.
they have Storm cards,
Time warp.
Time Warp, they have the Gift of Estates, they have Swords to Plowshares,
Teferi's protection.
Protection, Brainstorm even,
Lightning bolt too.
Lightning Bolt, yeah,
You've got the Helix. You've got the Electrolyze. There's so many.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's quite a few Storm cards as well.
Grape shot.
Great shot. They have the mechanic of flashback.
And your favorite band card, counter spell.
Counter spell. Right? So this makes drafting
Interesting.
Strixhaven really interesting,
Interesting. Yeah.
especially with the storm mechanic and
Yeah.
magecraft.
Yeah, because you still have Tendrils of Agony, right? Or Tendrils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. The only thing I find none not really compatible is the oof, for is for the draft is this hammer. What do you call that? Cross and grip.
Oh, yeah, it's the split second.
It's a split second, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't counter it basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
it's a staple
there's-
in EDH. Everybody uses
Yeah.
it.
But you can't really use. I haven't seen any artifact that would really be damning
In
in
Strixhaven.
Strixhaven, except for the quill.
Okay.
Two to cast, equipped to give +1/+1 and lifelink. That's the only thing that I feel like would. You need to exile that card or destroy that
Yeah,
card.
right away.
Yeah. Especially if you're facing against a Golgari deck.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that's the only thing that that's the only thing that you should worry about in artifacts and enchantment. There's there's the enchantments for white. They're not that strong, unlike before with the paralyze,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's permanent unless you bounce your unless you bounce your your creature, then you would be able to recast it and attack with that creature or block with that
Mhm.
creature, right? But here, the enchantment is I forgot the name,
Mm-hmm.
but you pay 3 and the enchantment goes away. So
Okay.
it stalls you for a turn.
Mm-hmm.
But perhaps it's enough because of Magecraft.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're heavy into Magecraft, then I guess that's a good card for you. Where you get the Luminancer, you get the Leonin,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have Defiant Strikes and other cheap spells to pump your
Mm-hmm.
to trigger Magecraft. But also, storming with Magecraft
It's
is
a badass combo.
yeah, it's too good. It's
Yeah.
too good.
Mm-hmm.
So red white feels to me like one of the strongest, if not the strongest of all the
Colors or
Lord,
combos. Yeah.
Lordhold, right? Lordhold is the name of red white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Usually, in my drafting experience, red and white seems to be open a lot.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's drafting
And
it, no?
yeah, they would rather be blue red because blue red's really strong. I think the strongest is blue red.
Yeah. With all their mechanics, like syncing, it's ano they have this what you call this? What's that word? They mesh really good. The blue and
Yeah,
the red. Yeah.
the synergy,
The synergy, yeah, that's the word I'm thinking of. The synergy,
the
yeah.
synergy with all the cards, with the discard,
Treasure
with
token, so you can
treasure
speed.
tokens, yeah, and the learn mechanic. Okay.
Yeah, and the draw ability, I think that's the most powerful thing for that deck. It's the card advantage.
Card advantage, of course, that's blue's thing, right?
Yeah, and
That's
mix it
mine.
with red. That's a problem.
Imagine they even brought back the three to cast spell. I forgot its name. One blue, one white, one colorless.
Electrolyze.
Electrolyze.
Draw a card.
Draw a
2
card,
damage.
do
You can
two
divide it if you want. Shoot two.
Yeah.
Shoot 2 dorks, and draw a card.
Yeah. Right. And then combine it with another spell. Actually, I think you can go 3-color
Mm-hmm.
in limited drafting. Like Jeskai should be okay, right? Jeskai should be okay, especially with cards like the white red, uh, the white red 4 to cast. It doesn't return a creature, but it could return anything else. A
Yeah.
planeswalker.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think I have
So-
that card here. I'm gonna check. I opened it a while ago.
yeah, so it's called Reconstruct History.
Yeah, right, yeah. That's the red card, right? Reconstruct the
Red,
history.
white. Red, white.
Red, white.
Return up to one target artifact card, up to one target enchantment, one target instant, one target sorcery,
Mm-hmm.
and one target planeswalker. So from what I've been hearing is the most important thing that it doesn't bring back is not there. That the card's supposed to bring back is not there. So it's the creature.
Okay.
But for Strixhaven with Magecraft, a spell is a creature.
Okay. Not
Right.
only that, besides that, you have the Venerable War Singer. Have you
Yeah.
seen that card? It what it does is whenever Venerable War Singer deals combat damage to a player, you may return target creature with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of damage Venerable War Singer dealt to that player. So it's a 3/3. Imagine.
So it's a 3/3.
Yeah.
3 to cast.
3 to cast. 1 colorless, 1 red, and 1 white mana.
So I feel like Jeskai spells
Mm-hmm.
is a deck that you could make it limited, especially with expansive iteration.
What
It's
does it
one
do?
of look at the top three cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Put one of them on the bottom of your
Oh
library.
yeah, we
It
used that in
makes
our
sense.
last draft.
Yeah,
It's just insane. It's like brainstorm
yeah.
coming back.
So you need land.
Yeah, yeah, remember? Diba?
Especially in blue red,
Mm-mm.
especially in blue red, right? You need land. So and another insane another insane lesson is the summoning, uh, where you could learn and
Mm-mm.
get a lesson card and have a spell that creates token.
Yeah, it's like tutoring a card. That's insane, diba?
Yeah, there's a built-in shooter mechanic. And
Mm-mm.
if you don't have any lessons, you could either cycle or do nothing.
Yep.
So it's draw a card. It's still draw a card.
Yeah, speaking of which, the Magecraft ability, a friend of mine told me that there's a card right now, a sleeper card that can be used in EDH or any other formats. It's called the Archmage Emeritus. Have you seen that card? Do you remember that card? So what it does is a four casting cost creature, human wizard, Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. Isn't that insane? You're killing your opponent and you're drawing cards. Diba?
Yeah, it's 4 to cast 2 2.
Yeah, but for limited,
For
yeah,
limited.
it's really
For
good.
limited.
Yeah.
It's really good for limited. But I find it slow for constructed.
Constructed.
Yeah, I would find it slow for constructed. 4 to cast.
Yeah. But
That
remember,
could be that could be Teferi.
yeah. But I think this but I think this will be insane if you're like you have a combo, you have infinite mana, and you draw a card and just cast and cast and cast and cast and maybe fling it.
Uh,
I don't know.
I think it would be good with. I think it would be good It would be a good combination for Lotus artifact that comes into play tap.
Jewel
Or
Lotus.
no. Comes into play tap for mana, and then it produces mana equivalent to mana value that you have on the board.
Okay.
It's a Theros. It's a Theros card.
Okay, let me remember. So what it does,
Comes into play tap
tap.
or to cast,
Mm-hmm.
and it uses the mechanic where it produces mana equivalent to mana of permanence on the board.
Is it the Jeskai deck?
No. It's, it's a Theros card. It's
Theros
an
card.
artifact. Next Lotus.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. Next
Next
Lotus.
Lotus. Yeah. So that's I think that could go well with him, especially with the other. I think you could go mono blue with
Mm-hmm.
that card. You could go mono blue and put in that next Lotus and have, let's say, infinite mana with those artifact creatures that comes into play. Untap that artifact,
Okay.
and then you have
Cast again,
Tasa,
draw a card. Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
gonna abuse it.
Yeah, and then you have Tasa, Dweller of the Deep.
And imagine if you have mind over matter. Tap, 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 and tap, and tap.
Because Tasa, you just cast once, right?
Mm.
So, the mechanic is devotion.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Tasa, once she has, I think, five,
Mm-hmm.
devotion, she will become a creature. She's 6'5", 4 to cast. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to one other target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield.
Oh
under your
yeah,
control.
for to cast enchantment, God, right?
Yeah.
That's a cheap
Legendary.
card. I hate it, man. You can't even destroy it.
Imagine that with agent. What's that? That agent before. Agent. Agent of Treachery.
Wow, that's gonna be an insane combo.
But of course, Agent of Treachery is banned.
Mm-hmm.
M20.
Okay, they banned it already. I don't.
They
I didn't
banned
even-
it already because gain control of target permanent, so you can target a land.
Okay, what's the name again? Agent of.
Treachery.
There it is. I can see it. You can even Google it. It's so popular. Yeah, they banned it. I remember 7 to cast, right?
7 to cast. So discard it and bring it back with Blood for Bones.
Yeah, it's so cheap. Let me have that.
Sacrifice it again, bring it back with Blood for Bones. Right?
Yeah. So I'll get
And then-
another permanent.
Get another permanent and then Tasa
Yeah.
at the end of it.
You
So
know what?
Get 3 permanents.
You know what it reminds me? It's
Yeah.
confiscate with the legs. Remember that card,
Yeah.
confiscate?
Yeah. Confiscate. No.
Do you
I
still
don't
remember
know.
Butch Maniego? The late
Yeah.
legendary
Yeah.
Butch Maniego. I used to play with him. I remember my deck was show and tell during the saga period. So to beat me, what he does, instead of putting down something, he puts down confiscate. So he's gonna confiscate whatever I put down. Same with this guy, you can do that. Show and tell.
Yeah.
Whatever you put down, I'm gonna get it, man.
So that was actually a good thing before because before you're able to go up. You could actually counter a deck
Mm-hmm.
with one card,
Yeah.
right? But now, I think Magic is going away from that kind of style.
I don't know why, no?
Yeah, I think sideboarding now is not that great,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and then they limited the sideboard to 7 cards.
You know the reason. There's a reason behind it, man.
Bay of Wishes is the reason, and the learn mechanic is too strong.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they had to nerf it.
No, the real reason they're staying away from counter spell, do you know?
Why?
Because everybody hates it. I can't play my combo. You just counter everything, no?
See, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. There's a thing where you go from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3. Your
Mhm.
deck is tier 3 if it relies on a combo,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Tier 1 is whatever happens, you're still going to pull out your combo,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whatever happens. Let's say you face a mill deck, you face a counter deck.
I don't care. I'm gonna push. Right?
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
combo.
a tier
I
one.
don't care if I'm down to 1.
Yeah.
You're just gonna lose.
Yeah, you're just gonna lose. So I'll take the next turn, please.
Yeah.
And another one.
Oh, I need one more turn. Sorry.
Oh, by the way, here's 2 more ravens on the board.
Word. Yeah.
But of course, it's counterable, right?
Yep.
That's why they're coming out with cards that cannot be countered.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So they won't steal the sunshine of another's deck.
yeah, another deck. Yeah, but blue is such an asshole
It
that
is.
they have Ashok's denial. I think Ashok.
Yeah,
Uh, I think it's erasure. Ashok's erasure
sure. Mm-hmm.
is an enchantment flash. So when Ashok erasure enters the battlefield, exile target spell.
Yeah.
So it's not a counter spell, but it is a counter spell.
Yeah. But you know, the reason I survived Magic, because when we started playing, Force of Will was not around. I can do shenanigans on the first turn, like Show and Tell and Tinker. I tinker my Colossus, it'll kill you in 3 turns.
Yeah.
Or I'll show and tell my avatar, and you die the next turn if you don't have anything.
Yeah, if you don't have it. So
But
that's why blue should be in history.
yeah, I think they're trying to, they're trying to get it back there because it's becoming boring, diba? If there's no adversity.
The thing that they're trying to do is the powerful blue spells. They're adding more blue to cast,
Mhm.
no colorless. So you have to cast these spells. You have to be dedicated blue,
Yeah, yeah,
like a discontinuity.
yeah. The
That
one
they're excited.
you pulled
Yeah.
on me when we were playing.
Yeah.
What? This
So-
card can't be countered. What are you doing?
So you have to be dedicated blue or a two-color deck that's
hmm
skewed to blue,
Yeah.
and the other color would be a complement.
Yeah, I think what Magic or Wizard is doing, they're trying to balance the pie because blue was very powerful ever since. That's what I see, right? They're trying to weaken that color because it dominated Magic since it's in inception, diba?
It's Inception.
Yeah.
So, imagine that. What's that card? Ancestral.
Recall.
Uh, re, no,
Re-
Ancestral. Draw 3 cards. One
Yeah.
to cast.
Ancestral
Right.
Recall, yeah.
Ancestral Recall.
Yeah.
That's insane. One to cast.
One
Three
to
cards.
cast. And imagine, in the Power 9 of Magic, there are 3 blue spells. And
Yeah,
no
there-
other colors.
They're
Just
good.
blue.
Just blue. Time walk.
And Time Twister.
Time twister.
And Time Walk. Yeah.
And time walk. Yeah.
The rest are stones.
The rest are stones and yeah, mana rocks.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I feel Magic is doing. That it's either you be dedicated,
hmm
but I think they messed up a little bit with the devotion
Okay.
because of that Nyx Lotus.
Nyx Lotus. Yeah, I've seen that card several times in Arena.
Yeah, so especially with Pasa
hmm
and who's this creature that three blue to cast,
hmm
3 blue and then an X, and then the X is draw a card for how many X, right?
hmm
So when he's down, casting him, he draws you a card,
hmm
and when he's on the board, whatever blue spell you cast, you tap you tap a permanent.
Oh,
So
wow.
Gadwick,
Gadwick,
the wise-
yeah. Yeah. I hate that card too. That's a cheat card.
That's a cheap card. But that's for dedicated
Blue.
mono blue.
Yeah.
Mono blue is still strong,
Yeah, it is.
especially with the one to cast now. And blue,
Which one?
Ascended Spirit.
What does it
It's a
do?
Kaldheim card. It's one to cast,
Rogue?
1/1. It's a No, snow creature spirit.
Oh yeah, then you can
As,
just pay two snows. It becomes a 3-3 or 2-3 or something.
it becomes a 2/3, and then day 3,
Becomes a
it
4-4.
becomes a 4/4 angel warrior.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you pump it for 4, put 2+1+1 counters, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card.
Draw a card. Wow.
So it's something that must not live.
Yeah, I should. It should die with removal right away.
You should kill it right away. Yeah. So, what about you, Luis? What do you feel about this? How do you feel about the Strixhaven draft?
Save and draft.
Or drafting it? Your experience drafting it?
Because right now I'm just learning. So there are so many tricks that you can pull off. And of course I always go back if I don't really know the set yet. I just do the classic moves, having removals, big creatures, the curve. Yeah, but because I haven't figured out what will be the best combination, and I think that's what you look at there. This is the better synergy if you choose this color, like the Boros or the uh, Niv Mizzet. What color is that? The red and the green, the red and the blue.
Is it?
Is that colors? And I think you're right. From the beginning, you can see right away the synergy of the Izep. It's dominating, right? Because I tried using white black, white what else? White red. I always lose to Izep because they have the card advantage and they have the power to wipe the board. So that's how I feel
They,
about Six
they
Haven.
have they have that dragon, the dragon something, dragon's breath or something. I forgot. It's a board wipe. It's 4 to cast 2 red, 2 colorless, and you exile sorcery or instant from your
Mm-hmm.
graveyard, and the casting cost deals the damage. So if you exile a 7 to cast, you deal 7
Seven
damage
damage.
across the board.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's a sweeper.
Then, yeah, it's a board wipe,
Board wipe.
basically.
And
Uh,
what's worse, they can just draw and draw their cards until they get it, man.
yeah,
They're just gonna control the board by some time, and when they feel that he overextended already, he's gonna die
yeah,
now, right?
yeah. You overextend, you die.
Yep.
But you see, the advantage of white on white red should you should that's the thing. You shouldn't draft regularly for
Mm.
Strixhaven. You should draft synergistically for Strixhaven.
Yeah,
If you're
you're
not
on point
blue
there. Yeah.
red, yeah, if you're not blue red, the synergy matters. So I've seen some drafters come up with 12 creatures, 12 instants and sorceries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's quite weird because we're used to the standard would be 15 creatures, 8 spells,
Mm-hmm.
and then 17 lands.
Mm-hmm.
But here in Strixhaven, I've seen more spells even than creatures because Strixhaven spells are creatures,
Creatures. Yep. They produce creatures.
and they trigger
Magecraft. Yeah.
Magecraft. So that's the thing. Instead of instants, you have to have a balance now of instants and sorceries, where you can pump your creature up, trigger Magecraft, or tap your opponent's creatures, or make a creature
Mm-hmm.
and trigger Magecraft.
Mm-hmm.
So they want Magecraft at the forefront of every deck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for Golgari, of course, it's life and death. Game life, especially with the 3 to cast cast menace creature.
Mm-hmm.
Put the +1/+1 counter whenever you gain life.
Yeah, yeah.
So tokens, gain life creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And what's especially good about the creatures that they have here is they have built-in protection.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Ward.
have those.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that
the ward.
mechanic. Yeah, the ward mechanic.
Yeah. Especially with black,
Mm-hmm.
where you have to pay 3 life.
Yeah, it's painful.
Yeah. It's paying 3 life is a lot in limited.
Yeah, in limited. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 3 life is a lot because you might not be equipped to really face that creature.
Mm-hmm.
Your deck, right? I mean, in constructed, there's still a way. There's still a way to get over the ward with board wipes,
Yeah.
with extinction event, with Doomscar or Shattering
Storm Wrath.
or Storm Wrath, right? So Storm Wrath, yeah. But in limited, I think that's one of the creatures you would want to look out for. You would want to look out for creatures with Magecraft.
Mm-hmm.
You would want to look out for creatures with evasion and ward. Especially in black white, the Owlin,
Mm-hmm.
3/3 flying
Yes.
and ward. That's 5 to cast,
Mm-hmm.
but for with ward and it's a 3/3 body in the air.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite good.
Good, yeah. It has evasion pa. It has evasion.
The only cards that could really deal with it would be Expel. It's like, but you have to wait for it to tap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Expel is a 3 to pass. Exile target tap creature.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be in red.
Yeah, so it's gonna screw your mana base.
Yeah. So you have to have a heated debate at least, or an igneous inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you're screwed.
Yeah, but
Alright,
it's fun.
alright.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of combos coming. We're just scraping the surface right now. I'm sure you're gonna figure out how to beat them also, how to go around them.
And even if you have Vanish Verse or Black, which is black white, which is one black, one white, exile target monocolored permanent.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a multicolored permanent.
Yeah.
So it's still counters that
That effect.
yeah, that effect. So actually the Owlin has won me some games.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Owlin. It's black white.
Mm-hmm.
One black, one white, 3 colorless, flying 3. It's common.
So how do you spell that again? So I can look at the card.
Owl.
Owl. And then
Owlin.
Owlin.
Shield Mage.
Shield Mage. I got it, it's here. It has ward.
That's ward. Pay 3 life.
Pay 3.
To pay it. Yeah.
Flying
to,
3/3. Yeah. Has evasion.
Has evasion.
Yep.
It's quite an amazing card.
Yep.
Now, one thing I like, one creature that I like a lot in limited would be Killian Ink Duelist.
Killian. How do you spell that?
Killian.
Ink Duelist. Yeah, I can see it here.
So, legendary creature,
Lifelink.
lifelink,
Menace.
menace. Spells you cast that target target a creature, cost 2 less to cast.
Wow, this is good also with death and taxes in modern. So I think this will
Yeah,
be a staple. And it's only uncommon.
it's an uncommon. Yeah, 2 to cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think so. This actually, he doesn't have Magecraft, but he's
Mm-hmm.
actually perfect for Magecraft,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
especially if you're
It's
pumping your
anti.
creatures.
Is it anti Magecraft? Yeah, kinda.
No,
No,
it
sorry.
enhances 2
Oh
less.
yeah, two deaths. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. This is. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't see the last part.
Yeah, 2 less. So it actually enhances
It's not for
Magecraft.
death and taxes. Sorry, I was thinking the other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So these are, from my experience, because I draft pulp.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more interested in the uncommons because they're easier to get multiples
Yeah.
of.
Of course, they appear and appear and appear in
Yeah.
every pack, right? So the chances of you getting it is much higher.
So if you're like my cousin who drafts rare,
Rares. You're gonna lose your draft. But you win cards.
you win cards. You get the cards. Yes, you get
Yeah.
the cards in Arena. It's an addition to the vault.
Yeah.
And but the the drawback is you lose out on packs and gems.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You
thinking.
get the card you want.
Yeah. I'm a short term guy. I don't think long term. I want it right now. I always fail the marshmallow test. I always eat the marshmallow.
Yeah. So I think black white would like you to put counters on your creatures,
Mm-hmm.
which is the same in Bulgari, that you put counters on creatures, especially with that crocodile that they have.
Mm-hmm.
It's an uncommon. It's 4 to cast, and it's Karok Wrangler.
Okay. Let me just type that.
5 to cast, actually.
5 to cast. How do you spell that? Mm-hmm.
Karok.
Wrangler. It's Korok. Actually, it's Korok.
Karok.
It's Korok. No?
Korok.
No, sorry. K-A Karok.
K-A.
Okay, got it.
So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. So that's a really strong card as well, although the casting cost is 5.
How come it's not?
But
It's maybe it's Yarok.
K-A. I'm looking at the card right now. Karok.
Oh, how come it's not here? Karok
Green.
Green. Karok Wrangler. Oh, maybe it's not here. I think you can't Google it yet. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I can see it now. No, it's not. It's how is it 5 to cast?
5 to cast, 3/3.
Okay, got it. It's in Japanese, that's why I can't read it.
So,
There it is. Karok Wrangler, Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And it's a
So
permanent counter, it's not just like end of turn, right?
So this feels like a Simic card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It
yeah,
feels
the old Simic cards.
It feels like a Simic card to be paired with Quandrix Pledge Mage.
Mm-hmm.
So the Quandrix Pledge Mage is 3 to cast, 2 hybrid blue or 2 hybrid green,
Pledge
and
me.
1 color. Yeah. Whenever you cast or copy a instant or
Oh,
sorcery.
got it. So you're taking advantage of the mechanics because the synergy is there when you draft, right?
Yeah.
So this one has the blue-green hybrid color.
Yeah. Green that's one thing that could lead to blowouts as well. Is blue green is quite Simic is making a good
Comeback.
comeback.
Yeah.
It's making especially after they banned who's this, the Titan that they banned,
Mm-hmm.
that 3 to cast Titan.
Oh yeah. Uro? Oh, forgot. I need to. Let's see.
Uro.
Uro, right?
Yeah, Uro. Gain life.
Titan's Nature's Wrath.
Yeah. So it comes in, you put an extra land, you gain 3 life, and you draw a card. What a guy.
What a guy. And it's a 6/6.
You know Selenene, right?
Yeah,
He's playing
Silinene. Yeah?
So he hates playing with me
Because.
because I Uro him to death, right? Whatever he does, Uro comes in, I gain 3 life, I draw a card, I put an extra land, and then I drop Ugin. So, and then
Cheater.
he's got all these 2 to cast, he's got all these 2 to cast knights and whatever you have, and I'm down to 1 life. Uro
Yeah.
comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Uro comes in.
I know.
Back
He
to
feels like,
4.
hey Mark, you're just toying with me. You're just toying with me, Mark.
So basically in my 6th turn, I have Ugin come down, right?
Yeah.
Because of Growth Spiral, Uro.
Why is Ugin
And-
still in the set? Is it because of the core set?
The core set. The
Oh,
M21.
okay.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Uro's so bad, but Uro is such a good card for me. I love Uro. Whoever doesn't play Simic or
Mhm.
Sultai, I feel bad for you.
And there's even like a planeswalker that complements it, diba? But they banned it too.
Yeah, Oko.
Oko, yeah. Uro and Oko.
Yeah. Uro and Oko. But Oko, you don't need Uro if you have Oko.
Oko itself
Because-
can kill you.
Oko itself it's imagine +2. He comes in, he's 3 to cast.
Mm-hmm.
He has 4 loyalty right away.
In what set is Oko from?
L3.
Oh shoot! Are you serious?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Because
Bro,
during that time I wanted to play, but I didn't have time. So I didn't even have the chance to open this one. Still in my collection.
Yeah, don't open it now.
Yeah, I'll just keep it.
Yeah. So +2 him, create a food token. +1 him, target artifact or creature loses all abilities and becomes a green elk creature with base power 3/3.
Wow.
-5 him. Exchange control of target artifact or creature you control and target creature an opponent controls with power 3 or less.
Wow. That's insane.
So
It's a
he
cheat
is
card.
insane.
It's a cheat card again. You love cheat cards.
So when Oko was legal, you
Mhm.
needed those negates. You needed a negate or you needed an eliminate in your deck. If you were a white, white mage
Mm-hmm.
or a white mage, or I feel bad for you right away, or a red mage, I feel bad for you.
Oh
right
my
away.
god. You're bringing toy guns in a serious war with tanks.
So if you were red, you would be 2 for 1 all the time if he dropped a no.
Oh.
Because you needed a shock and you needed like a 3 damage spell. So
Lightning bolt. But there's no bolt
Oh.
during the time.
because he drops this a plus one, so he's 5.
Yeah.
So you can't double shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the rule in Arena is a planeswalker comes in, he has time
Yeah.
to plus.
Because it's your
minus.
priority.
Yeah.
It's
it's
my
your
turn.
priority.
You can't take anything until I move, right?
Yeah. So it's my priority.
Yeah.
It's not like I drop it and then
Shoot it.
fold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No,
They
no.
changed the rule. Yeah, they changed
This
the rules.
is the rule because what's the point of dropping a planeswalker?
And then it's not, you're not gonna use it, diba?
Yeah, you're not able.
It
to
doesn't
use
make
it.
sense.
Doesn't make sense. So they
When you
changed it.
when you play a spell or a permanent, you should use the ability right away. You should have the right to use that ability.
Yeah, right away. And
Yeah.
then it counts as a instant. And now you can do your thing.
Yes.
So even enter the battlefield effects. Unlike before, enter the battlefield effects can be interrupted
Yeah.
with an instant.
And now
But
it's a static ability. So when it
Yeah,
comes, it resolves right away.
yeah,
You
it
cannot
resolves
erase
right
it.
away.
You cannot erase it.
You cannot prevent it.
So yeah,
from
prevent it
happening.
from happening.
Unless you have a card that says
Discontinue.
prevent all.
Let's
No,
end the
there's
turn.
a white- There's a white card that does that.
Yeah.
It's true to cast.
Yeah.
It's not, it's a creature. It's a 1/2 flying lifelink. It's rare.
Mhm.
And whenever effects enter the battlefield or death effects, it does not trigger.
Mm.
So it's Hushbringer. It's from Eldraine as well.
Oh yeah, Hushbringer. Oh, so the
Yeah.
ETB effects also. There's a timestamp. You call that a timestamp, right?
Yeah,
Because this one overrules whatever happens next.
yeah, yeah. And there's a new one in Strixhaven.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 to cast as well, I think. Yeah, it's the Strict Proctor.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a trigger ability to trigger, counter that ability unless the controller pays 2 colorless mana.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very good. That's a very good. It's a 2-drop, flying 1/3, good body to block. So there's so many things that trigger,
Mm-hmm.
especially Magecraft, the Quandrix, Lore Mage, the Quandrix Pledge Mage,
Mm-hmm.
and those counters that you put in, or those whenever it dies,
You
it
gain a
gains
life.
2 life. per
Yeah,
death.
you gain a
Yeah,
life. Yeah.
gain life. So that's a very good counter. Something that you want to draft early. If you get it in your first pick, you should first pick it.
Pick it,
It's the
yeah.
first pick of all 2-drop, 1/3 flying.
Wow. Yeah.
Of course, the professors are really good as well.
The
Like
which professor are we talking about here?
uh, Professor of Symbology.
Professor of
It's 2 to cast.
Symbology.
It's a 2/1, but when the professor enters the battlefield, you learn. So it's a draw card.
Enters the battlefield, learn. So yeah, it's not only a draw card. It's a tutor that goes to
Yeah.
your hand right away. It's like a demonic
Yeah.
tutor
Yeah.
with legs.
And for white, one of the very, very overlooked cards is Guiding Voice. So it's a 1 mana sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and then you
Guiding
learn.
Voice. MTG. Okay, let's check it out. So it's a 1 to cast sorcery. Put oh wow, +1/+1 counter, and you learn. So anything with
Yeah.
learn is a tutor.
It's a tutor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are cards to look out for. The professor should be a high pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Professor of Symbology.
Yeah, I think Magic is it's getting it. I think they're trying to, because like the demonic shooter. That's why I think they included that in the collector's box or the historic cards. Eh. They're trying to mimic that effect in a creature or in a mechanic, diba?
There is demonic shooter in limited in Strixhaven.
Yeah, that's why I think they brought it in. I think that's why it's there, right?
They nerfed it with a vampiric
Shooter.
tutor, but they buffed it with some other
Yeah,
effect,
effect.
other effect.
Yeah, what I meant was they're trying to get that same effect in a different mechanic. I think that's how Magic or Wizards will do it, diba?
Yeah.
Because there's so many cards that we want to play with, but we can't play it anymore because it's on the reserve list. So they have to figure out how to go around it.
Also, one thing, if you're planning to draft control, you can't draft control unless you have board wipes. At
Mhm.
least two board wipes.
Yep.
Like Devastating Mastery.
Devastating Mastery. Yeah, that's the
or
black card,
that-
right?
No, it's white.
Oh, white. Okay. It's like the Wrath of God.
Yeah. It's like the Wrath of God or Draconic Interventions.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I don't think black has a board wipe, but they do have
Minus
a
three,
really good
minus three.
card.
I think they have that effect too. It's a minus three for every.
In Strixhaven? No.
No. Let's see.
No. Not in Strixhaven.
Oh, in another set maybe.
Yeah. In Kaldheim.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a really strong instant baleful mastery.
Oh.
So you could pay 2 instead of 4. If 2 was paid, an opponent draws a card, but exile target creature or planeswalker. So if you're in a pinch for
Instant.
mana
Yeah. Pay 2 rather than
and
instant. If
you need something taken out,
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. So
That's your-
yeah, if it's an emergency, take the chance, right?
take the chance. The hell with draw a card.
Yeah.
Right?
Might draw a land. If all I know.
Yeah, you might draw that. Also the dragons. The dragons in Strixhaven are really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Silver Quill, the Squandric Silver Quill.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5 to cast, 2/5, flying double strike. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, you may, okay, that's the key word there.
You may.
choose to. Yeah, you may choose to. So each mode must target a different. So you may target a player, creates a 2/1 white and black inkling creature token,
Mm-hmm.
or target player draws a card and loses 1 life,
Mm-hmm.
or target player puts +1/+1 counter on each creature they win. So may.
You
So
may.
you may not give it to him.
Yeah.
You may. So in turn, you put 1 ability
Mm-hmm.
on your side all the time.
And you
So,
can negate
that-
the other one.
Yeah, you can negate the other one.
Yeah.
Also, the other dragon that I really think of course, definitely the dragons are bombs
Yep.
in your set. So like the Velomachus Lorehold. It's quite expensive. It's 7 to cast,
Mm-hmm.
but flying vigilance haste.
Wow.
That alone,
How do you
It's
spell that
crazy.
dragon? VELUS
LO
LO.
LO
Mm-hmm.
MACHUS.
Okay, Velomachus.
Velomachus.
Lorehold.
Yeah. that that card is insane with
Seven.
flying vigilance haste for 5 mana for 7 mana.
7
It's a
mana.
5 mana.
And
But
whenever,
it gets better. Yeah, it gets better with whenever
whenever,
he attacks.
look at the top 7 cards of your library, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to the dragon's power or Velomachus Lorehold's power from among them without paying. It's a free spell.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
yeah.
Wow, wow, that's insane.
So obviously the dragons are insane,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the weakest dragon is it
So what's the name of the dragon?
Galazet.
Galazet.
Pres- Yeah.
Galazet.
So Prismari dragon. For me,
Prismari.
I feel.
So let's check it out. So what it
So-
does is a 4 to cast legendary creature Elder Dragon, flying. When Galazeth Prismari enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. And artifacts you control, tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only. Oh, and it's limited to cast an instant
Yeah.
or sorcery spell. Yeah. It takes so
So-
much effort. Right?
But 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 it's faster than the other dragons.
Yeah,
right?
it's
But
just 4 to
four to
cast.
cast. It's 3/4. That's a good rate.
Mm-hmm. It is a
With,
3/4.
Yeah, it's actually a good rate.
Mm-hmm.
But considering the abilities,
Of the other
it's a strong
dragons.
card. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't say it's a bomb. So unlike Tanazir Quandrix, right?
How do you spell
the
that?
Tanazir.
ZAR. Tanazir. Quandrix. There it is. I got it.
Yeah. So he's 5 to cast. He's a 4/4 flying trample.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Double the number.
Double
Go ahead.
the number of +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. When Tanazir Quandrix attacks, you may have the base power and toughness of other creatures you control become equal to Tanazir Quandrix's power and toughness until
Mhm.
end of turn. So, but he's a build around. He's a build around.
Mm-hmm.
Although 5 to cast 4/4 flying trample, that's a bomb.
Yeah, it is.
Eh,
Mark,
That's a good.
go ahead, Mark. 1, 2, 3, go.
The Last Dragon, Beledros, Wither Blue. It's 7 to cast, 4/4 flying
How do you spell that?
at the big Beledros.
Beltros.
Yeah. So I think this is another weak dragon for me. For limited, I mean.
For limited.
For constructed, this is an insane card.
Mm-hmm.
Pay 10 life, untap all lands you control. Activate this ability once each turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For limited, I don't know when that pay 10 life would be relevant to untap all your lands. I guess if you have that chance of ending your opponent in that turn.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only attack once anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just, and I don't see any direct damage spells. So 7 to cast, 4/4. Of course, definitely you're going to first pick it
Mm-hmm.
in the draft.
Okay.
But unless you cheat it out, and I don't know how to cheat it out.
In limited, yeah, it's so hard.
7 to cast, 4/4. I don't think it's a good deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because
it's
you
too
have
small.
other creatures that get pumped, especially with Silver Quill pumping their creatures with +1/+1. one, and also Witherbloom pumping their creatures.
Yeah, you won't stand a chance.
Also, if you face Squandrick Silverquill,
Mm-hmm.
by the second turn, by the time I cast Silverquill, it would, let's say on curve we cast the Silverquill,
Mm-hmm.
Shadrix, we cast Shadrix. Shadrix would be a 4/6 double strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And let's say I cast my other dragon,
Mm-hmm.
the Quandrix dragon. It would already be, let's say, after 2 turns, a
Okay.
6/6 flying trample.
Okay.
And if we cast, let's say you cast your Witherbloom dragon,
Mm-hmm.
cast Benedros on your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And on my turn, I cast Velamachus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Yeah.
how you would
Yeah. Even
block a Velamachus.
yeah, the size difference. Yeah, will matter, right? I mean, if you check the power
And a
and toughness,
Velamachus-
yeah.
And a Velamachus could look for a spell to directly kill you, like a heated debate
Mm-hmm.
or a heated debate, or that 5 to cast Pigment Storm, just to kill you. So
Yeah.
if you get to cast it,
Mm-hmm.
it would be good if you're the only flyer on the board
Yeah.
and your enemy has no cards. It's a good finisher, but 7 to cast for
A 4/4.
not that much ability. For a 4/4, just gives you a 1/1 pest
Yeah.
each turn.
It's not worth it.
It's kind of not
Underwhelming. It's underwhelming.
It's underwhelming. I think you would rather. I think you'd rather go the more faster route with Witherbloom and have synergies with the past
Mm-hmm.
and if you get the chance to get Valentine,
Mm-hmm.
Dean of the Vein, or Professor of Zoomancy
Mm-hmm.
with Hunt for Specimen, and maybe you get lucky to get Sedgemoor Witch,
Mhm.
the Sedgemoor Witch. Then I would suggest you go the faster route with
Yeah.
Wither.
Yep. Yep. So if you come across this one in an early stage in the draft, you better think twice.
I mean, I would first pick it. It's a mythic. It's a
Flying.
7 class 4/4 flying finisher. I would first pick it because it's very good for constructed.
For constructed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but for limited, if you're going for mid range of Witherbloom
Mm-hmm.
or
If there's a better
or
option.
the long game,
Yeah.
there are better options in Witherbloom.
Mm-hmm.
I think Witherbloom is like one. You could say one of the strongest
Mm-hmm.
in commons and uncommons, but the weakest in rares. And
Yeah.
mythics.
Yeah.
For
Got
me,
it.
I feel. Yeah, because the Witherbloom command, it looks more like a constructed card to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so choose 2. Target player mills 3 cards to return a land card from the graveyard to your hand, not even in the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Destroy target non-creature, non-land. So you can't kill a creature, can't kill a land, and permanent with mana value 2 or less.
Oh
So
yeah,
that.
that's insane. That's insane, man. That's insane.
Destroy non-creature, non-land, permanent with
Mhm.
mana 2 or less, with mana value 2 or less.
Yeah, it's like
What are you gonna kill? You can't kill a creature. You can only kill an artifact,
mhm.
and you can only kill enchantment
and a
with
dork
mana value 2 or less.
and a dork, a small dork.
Yeah. Or you could choose target creature gets -3, -1 at the end of turn,
Mm-hmm.
and then lose 2 life. Lose 2 life, you gain 2 life.
Yeah, but this can kill a
So-
planeswalker.
Huh?
This one can kill a planeswalker.
I don't know a planeswalker that's 2 to pass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, except there's one. I read. I think it's Tibalt. I can't remember.
No, Tibalt is a creature at 2 to pass.
The original Tibalt, the red 2 red mana. I think
3 to cast it, Tibalt.
Tibalt, planeswalker.
Is 3 to pass. Yeah. It's 3
Oh,
to
it's-
pass.
There's another planeswalker that's 2 to cast. It's the original Tibalt.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, here, Tibalt
You
2 to
won't play
cast.
that in limited.
Yeah, you won't play that. It's too weak.
yeah. Yeah. So, the best picks to go for Witherbloom would be Dina, Soul's Steeper. Yeah. The Witherbloom Apprentice. And Blood Researcher. Those are the Witherbloom cards you want.
Okay. Magecraft, yeah, because it's Magecraft. Whenever you cast a spell or copy. So, is there a creature that copies spells and instances? Copy instants and
Yeah.
sorceries?
No, copy. Yeah, there is, but it's in Izzet.
Oh,
She is a legendary creature.
okay. The reason,
Ruta.
yeah, the reason I ask here,
Ruta.
it says here, whenever you cast or copy an instant.
Copy.
So, what if you're casting an instant that gives you an ability to copy another instant? Does it mean it's gonna trigger twice?
Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah. So that's the trick. That's the
So
synergy.
you should use teach by example first.
Teach by example. Okay, so I'm gonna look for that card.
Teach by example first, cast the spell, then use Ruta.
Teach for example. Again, teach for
Teach by example.
each by example. Sorry, each by example.
So it's an instant. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the spell.
Okay, got it. So it's gonna trigger twice.
Yeah.
Teach by example. There it is. It's the hybrid
And then you use
blue-red.
Ruta.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You copy the spell that you cast. So you copy it. So
Mhm.
basically you do it thrice.
Mm-hmm.
The spell copies 3 times.
Oh my god. Oh, that's gonna be insane.
That's why is the bane.
Yep.
It's the bane in limited.
Limited. I'm gonna try it later. I think I still have the jewels to play. I'm gonna try it.
Gems.
Yeah. The gems. I'm gonna try the gems. I'm gonna use my gems. After this, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna draft. Thanks to you.
Let's play what game first.
Sige, sige.
Well, anyway, this has been the Life Total Podcast.
Thank you.
And I hope this Life Total Podcast helped you with drafting in Strixhaven. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope that this show for my cousin.
Thank you so much. My first ever guest. And it's fitting.
Yes.
Yeah, you're my master.
I hope if you enjoyed this video or this podcast, please leave a like, subscribe, follow. Uh, where do we follow you, please, Jerome?
You can visit my YouTube channel. It's Jerome Glenn Santos for now. Of course, once this launches, we're gonna have a serious channel. We're trying it out. There's no harm in trying. And you can also go to my website, Life Total Podcast. Just type it in Google or type my name. You're gonna see it there. And I hope you enjoy the show. We're gonna have more um, significant shows that you're gonna learn from it if you want to play Magic and other subjects in the future. And we want to thank Mark Joseph Kong, our first ever guest in our podcast. Thank you for your time, cuz.
Yes, no problem at all. I mean, anytime I get to talk a little bit about magic, it's always welcome. Also, to help people out there who love playing magic on Arena. I'm a dedicated Arena player. I'm a free-to-play player. I don't buy gems. I grind gold
Same with me.
for my draft. So, if you want to follow somebody who is a free-to-play player, please follow my cousin. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you. Bravo, Mark. We're gonna end
Okay.
the podcast now, and we want to thank everybody who listened today, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay. See you soon again in our next episode. Thank you. Bye.